That's it.
It's a little bit carked it.
Strange, it looks fine on my side. Let's see. No audio. Audio will come. No, we're live again.
It's all good.
Okay, looks like we're back. Sorry, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back. Part 2. We're about 30 minutes into this, so part 2 is on. Is the audio back? Let me lower the bit rate a little bit. Still no audio. That's very strange. Audio's back. Should be audio. Not sure really. Not sure about that. Let me see if I can. Okay, well, let's see if we get some feedback about the audio.
Well, it looks like it's good.
It's good. Okay, let me quickly see. Bandwidth, if I can adjust. Okay, so it looks good. All right, sorry, everyone.
Yep.
We're almost perfect tonight. Just a bit of a break in at halfway through. Audio's working. Okay, thank you, Rob, for confirming. All right, Ian.
Excellent.
Well, where were we? I don't know whether you lost us. We're talking about the right height gauge.
Oh yeah, the right height gauge.
Let's see if I have I've got one on my old buggy. Let's see if I can use this one to demonstrate that. This is a bit of history, guys. Can anyone guess what car do we have here? Be a good guess game.
There's a lot of plastic.
Lots of plastic. It's actually a carbon chassis. It's a carbon chassis. Let's see. I think there's a few of you there that should be able to identify this car. Aha, Rob is on it. He's one of my favorite ever, really. I actually really enjoy this car. So when you use this tool, say you set 20 millimeters right height, let's see, or 19, and then obviously you need to have your wheels on, and then you slide these under the car, and then hopefully there shouldn't be any gaps. If there is any gap, then you're gonna drop your shocks a little bit, and then you work your way around that, and then you do the same for the front based on the right height that you want to keep. So that's definitely BMAX 4x4. That's the latest BMAX before Yoko moved to the YZ4 platform, and this one back then at the carbon chassis. Actually, I think it came with an alloy chassis, but we actually converted this one into a carbon chassis. It was really nice. I definitely enjoyed this one. So carbon chassis and gold screws. That was luxury. It was,
wow.
This was before Aeromax started doing the gold range, black and gold range, I think. So, and obviously we had to add the white ball caps. Anything white in the car is definitely normally it's me. Like the white wiring on the red car. That was my influence, I think. So that's the BMAX. Let's put this one somewhere.
The right height gauge is really compact.
This is very compact, very helpful, and they've got two or three different types. This is from 14 to 20 millimeters, and I think there is a 20 to 30, and then even a bigger one for the 1.8 off-road buggies, really. So very nice tool. So jump on our Aeromax Australia page, and you will see that every day we're posting a few shots on different products and what you can do with setup stations and so forth. What have we got? Also, BJ, I took this one home. This is our favorite octopus.
Oh, the octopus, love it.
This is an all-time favorite. So there is a lot of history behind this tool. So I've seen it at a trade show and I've ordered some, and what everyone thought was a bit of a gimmick is actually really helpful. BJ, do you have one?
I haven't got one here, but I have used it and it's definitely helpful.
So let's try to put this together. So let's see if there is any comments meanwhile, and I'll open this up and show you what it does. Because
so Con wants to know where you can get Tamiya box art in poster form. Now, I don't really know anymore, because in the old days, whenever you used to order a brand new kit from Tamiya, they used to come in cartons. So you might get 6 cars in a carton, and every time a shop ordered those cartons, inside would be a poster that you could stick on the window. And unfortunately, they don't do that anymore. So I don't know, where can you get them from? You might have to see if someone can scan up a box for you and then get them printed out big, I guess. But if you can find any of those retro posters, I haven't seen one in many years. I think that'd be the best bet for those old ones. I guess if you look online somewhere, I might have them on an auction. But yeah, I haven't seen them since, it must be early 90s. So yeah, cool. They can still get them. They're really good. But now we've got the octopus getting all straightened out.
All right, so that's the octopus. Okay, so you got helping hands.
Yep.
Okay. Helping hands here. And so you put them into your alloy tray. So there's a nice alloy tray here for your helping hands. They've got
so your regular helping hands only has 2 alligator clips on it to help you solder and hold on to stuff. While you got your magnifying glass.
Then there
this
is...
one's got 6, hasn't it? 6 alligator clips.
We've got strobe light.
And the torch.
And the torch. Okay.
The great thing about this torch is it's got an adjustable lens, and it's also USB charge, so don't need to keep putting batteries in it.
There is a lens here, and obviously got 5 helping hands that you can put on your base here. So really nice and helpful tool actually. Is our octopus, and this funnel back in stock. We haven't had it for some time, and this is definitely something to have when you do some soldering or whatsoever. You can have, set him up pretty much as you wish, really. So yep. Really nice little tool. So good. Let's see if you've got questions. I think I saw Ian before guessing the car correctly. Let me see.
Oh really?
I think I've missed it it's up in the comments, but I think Ian was almost correct, or was correct. Let me see. Go back up a bit. I'll put this away.
Okay, so we've got Jason who said it was a F100 Ford, 1956.
The year is very close, but
Ian said it's a Swipside.
Yeah, I think Ian is very close.
And then Dion says a 55 F100.
No, it's not a Ford. Yeah? It's a bit different.
It's not a Ford, is it?
Definitely not a Ford.
Not a Ford. Okay.
I think when I refreshed the page, I lost some of the comments, but okay. So I think I've seen it. So it's definitely a Dodge D100. So that's correct. And so we need to guess the color now.
What's the front look like?
There we go. Let's turn the front.
Yep.
Here we go, and that's the rear end. Okay, let's give it a few minutes. In the meantime, I think we're gonna talk about the velodrome, the event. So yep. We've been talking about the velodrome all week. Now our internal chat.
All sorts of things to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got big plans. Is anyone else keen on the velodrome? So if you haven't been following the velodrome event, it's gonna come up early next year. Hopefully, when we can go out again, it's here in Melbourne. And effectively is a festival of speed, isn't it, Bidge?
It is, for sure. So if you don't know what it's all about, perhaps go and have a look at the RC Thunderdome page. You'll be able to find the link on our event page. And we've got a lot of videos that have been popping up recently. So all this old history of minis going around, various cars doing over 100 kilometers an hour. It's a bit of carnage at times, but when everything goes smoothly, it's a lot of adrenaline and a lot of fun. So we've been thinking about different machines we can do.
Yeah.
And tyres like that, I mean, they're 1/8 scale belted tyres that are designed to go really fast. I mean, these are the sweep ones. There's foams as well.
That's right. So
we're
lots
just
of
gonna think
discussion on what
different
car, what
setups
platform,
and things.
what setup. And so today we have been talking about a 1.8 buggy or perhaps a 1.8 GT. So we've been looking at the hot bodies GTE. So that will run on 1.8 buggy kind of slick tires. And what we found just also are tire warmers for these wheels.
Yeah, they're going to make a huge difference.
So when you go that kind of speed, you definitely want to make sure that your car has got grip. And something like this, it's going to be really, really helpful. So for those who don't know, when we race cars, RC cars, we tend to warm up tires, specifically on road. So what we use something called tire warmer, and these are tire belts. So what this does, there is an element built in here that pretty much warm up this kind of little blanket, and then you put it around the wheel, and off you go. Pretty much like in Formula One. So that's a tire warmer system for 1.8 scale cars and tires. We can actually probably put it around the 1/10, but for the 1/10 normally we use a cup, and this is really helpful. So you can put some traction compound, pretty much like they do in real drag racing. So they put some kind of additive to soften the rubber, and then they use the heat from the tire warmers to get this additive to penetrate further into the rubber. So there's different techniques, different theories, sometimes different temperature, different additives, and it's a pretty important aspect when you're racing literally any type of scale from 1/10 all the way to 1:1 effectively, because they use similar techniques in go-karts and so forth. So this is something that perhaps we're going to see at the velodrome.
Maybe.
Definitely. I think Tim Hearns is very keen. There's probably 5 or 6 of us really keen on preparing some cars. So is anyone else?
All kinds of machines.
Yeah, is anyone else ready with any car yet? Let's see if anyone else is ready out there.
I think everyone's got ideas.
All right. Okay, I think we'll see. Link is that right?
Oh, the link, not quite right.
Oh, I thought it was. Whoops. So, okay, so Tony's working in RC10, Hull 30. That'll be good.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a specific oval car.
Absolutely. Ian is asking if you're going to show the sweep body for 1.8 GT. Well, actually, we should. We'll bring one next week. It's huge. But last night, BT Design also announced the 1.8 GT body, which is coming hopefully in the near future. So there'll be a few 1.8 GT bodies. So that's getting quite exciting. So I was thinking of doing a 1.8 electric buggy, but I think we're going to shift towards a GT chassis, which hot body chassis is quite similar. So there quite a few parts are shared between the electric buggy and the 1.8 GT. We're just looking at today shorter arms in the 1.8 GT and different body posts, different shock towers, but the idea is quite interesting. So Ian, get ready. You should start preparing your 1.8 GT as well.
Yes.
Very good.
Looking a little fuzzy there, Nick.
Am I?
Yep.
Let me fix
that's better.
Cool. Good. So I was going to say, BJ, what kit? We received a few kits this week as well that we were going to talk about.
We've got a lot of kits this week actually. So we've got a lot of Bandai and we've got some Takum. So I've just picked out a couple to show you, and quite different. So let's start off with the Bandai kit. We just got it up here. So just got these in the metal Gururumon. Now these are from the Digimon series of the game and such. So this looks like a, I guess, what do you call it? It's a winged robotic dog, I guess. So basic thing about these is they've worked on the joints, so it's very well jointed. It's got multi joints, so it gets very well posed like an actual dog. Probably you get a better idea here, I guess. See how you have it squatting down, and yeah. And I might just open it up and we'll have a quick look inside. So, like most Bandai kits, everything is pre-coloured. And I understand that last time I opened up a box, it was just really noisy with the plastic, so I try not to rustle around too much. All right, so we've got this one here. Okay, so you've got parts of the legs and the necks here, and you see the stickers. Now this is what Bandai is most famous for. So they've got multi-coloured pieces on the one piece of sprue. So this sort of technology is amazing that no other plastics company has been able to do this. So you imagine that each piece needs to be injected separately. So you've got this bit that gets injected with this coloured plastic, and then they attach this one, and this one, and this one. So with all this, it makes it possible to just cut out the bits, press it together, and you have multi-colours, and you don't have to paint them, and they still look really good. So just to give you an idea of the size of this one, so this is the head section here, that's just the jaw. So I reckon it'll probably, once you've got it, what's that, that's probably about 20 centimetres long, and probably similar sort of height when it's got fully stretched out wings. Some gold coloured parts, and you've got transparent blue parts as well. And then you get your standard sort of PVC joints. So they're the soft vinyl-y plastic bits that you use for reposing. A lot more gold parts here. Blingy. So here we've got the legs. Again here, you've got this clear plastic sort of splash pattern, clear red bits. I mean, if you felt like it, you could make this look really good with some lights inside, some small LEDs. Some of the claws, they're in the pink. And then you've got the purple leg bits. And this one comes with a base as well, just so you can get all those really dramatic poses. So you've got this part here, it's got multiple holes, so you can put the supports in various places. And then the actual stand itself is clear, so it's hard to see, but it's fully adjustable. And then you've got the manual. So we got really good manuals, like always, so step by step, like so. Okay, so that's your Digimon kit. And then I'll quickly look at the Takum kit, which is just here. So Takum are quite famous for their 35th scale military kits. This isn't the first time they've done one of these V2 rockets, but it is a bit different in that it's got the transportation rack, and then also this mobile crane. So you might be able to just get an idea here. So it is quite a large piece of machinery, the crane. And then you've got your transporter, and then the V2 rocket. So you can imagine a V2 rocket's going to be quite long. It's going to be about a foot long, so a bit hard to see. But we'll have a quick look at this one too. All right, first thing, you got bits of the V2. So this bit here, this bit. So that's the overall length of it. So you can imagine that. So your crane above it is going to be a little bit shorter than that, but it's still going to be quite huge. All the finer parts. So these are all the really long bits for the crane. So more of the crane again, you see all the trusses. A lot of the same sort of bits, lots of small parts for all the wheels for the crane, all the gears on the sides here. So again, you've got a lot of crane bits. You've got little rubber wheels. So they're for the transporter and the crane. Right, there's more there. Okay, so got some various knobs. These are for the crane again, and then you've got your this is a tow hook for the transporter. Okay, these are uprights for the crane. So you can imagine just how tall that is. So here to here. So it's about 30 centimeters. So if you've got a bit of room where you want something really impressive looking, this is definitely going to show a really impressive large model. These are the side stabilizers for the V2 rocket. Okay, so you've got your big hook here, so these are all parts of the crane as well. Almost there, so that again. So you've got the large sections here for your crane. A lot on this actually, so there's a lot of bits that aren't used. And then you've got your manual here, which has got quite a bit of photo etch in it, so you see the brass photo etch here. And then you've got a packet of chain as well, because you've got your chain that goes down here to pick up your V2. And then you've got the manual on the inside, which is all sealed up, so quite thick. The decals on here as well. Okay, so there's the Takum kit. But Takum makes some really good military models. They've got World War I tanks. They've got the male and female. They've got some really nice Tiger tanks with interior. Also, one of the newer would have been the Panther with full interior. If you're looking for a really, really complicated kit, they're definitely the ones to try. And they're very well priced too. The amount of bits in them, so they'll probably have about 2,000 bits. And they're just a bit over $100, so great value there. So they're just a couple of examples of some of the kits that come in.
Very nice. This is almost a diorama ready box, really. You need some.
Oh, that's right.
Just a few extra addition, and you have a perfect diorama kit, really. Which is quite nice to see some of these manufacturers coming out, not only with a kit but with some accessories as well, which is quite refreshing. So excellent. So we have a question here. What your hobby desk look like? Well,
it's pretty
interesting. I would say need starting up every 2 days, perhaps. I guess that's a common thing, really. I have all kind of things around mine. Mostly bits of, I think mostly rock crawlers actually, because that's what we've been playing with. We've got the TRX6. They're still sitting here from last week. Sorry guys, no development yet. Had a kind of a busy week with some new projects that we're working on. Hopefully some good news in the near future. Some race cars actually. I just found this body shell. That's my VBC two-wheel drive, actually. So that was a couple of years ago. No, probably 4 years ago, actually. As a VBC was is a good brand actually out of I think was Taiwan, and they were at some point they were quite strong in touring car racing, and they had a very good two-wheel drive buggy. And I don't think they make a two-wheel drive buggy anymore, but I think they still have a touring car platform out there. That was my attempt to race in two-wheel drive. Here we go, BBC. How's your desk, Beach? How's your desk looking?
Oh, mine's pretty messy. Probably the same as yours, so I'm not going to show it at the moment. But this is something I'm working on.
Ah, very nice.
So this is the amusing hobby Panther 2 that I showed, open box, a little while back. So this is just getting, it's partially assembled. I just dry assembled some of the top hull and the turret. So just to make sure that it all works out well, I've just filled in a few bits and pieces. So I've used a bit of sprue goo. So if you're not too sure what that is, that's just your leftover sprue that you've thrown into some liquid cement and let it melt. So the advantage is you just fill in certain small gaps there. And then when you sand it back, it just feels like regular plastic. So that's what I'm working on. So this is going to be part of a diorama. It's going to be a bigger thing. It's got another personal wagon, which I think I've shown before as well. And there's going to be a whole bunch of figures. So if this all pans out, I'm going to have probably about 10 figures standing on this particular tank. So it's going to give it a bit of interest.
Wow.
So that's what I'm working on at the moment.
You also had the armed vehicle, the other car. What was the?
Oh yeah. So that's over here somewhere.
I don't remember the name of that one, but you had something else on.
This one.
That one is very detailed. That's really impressive.
Yeah, for sure. So this is the Mercedes-Benz. So I've got the chassis bits separate, the main cabin bits getting together. So just getting that into a sub-assembly so it'll be ready for painting. So I recently did all the photo etch for that jack there, which took a whole day to do. But that's all part of make it more interesting, I guess. All the really fine bits. So this is going to end up I guess it's going to be close to a foot by half a foot by the time I get the base done, and it's going to have the building which I showed last week as well.
Nice. So we have a question: how heavy is the Panther G early 16 scale by trumpeter? Not really sure what the weight of that kit will be. That's heavy though.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be a few kilos, I reckon, the box.
Yeah, they're a big box.
Because the box is like,
the handle.
Yeah, it's a piece of luggage.
There's a
little handle on it.
Very
and
good,
that particular one's got the interior detail, I think. Is it early? Or was the late one we had? Oh, it would have been the late one with all the interior. So I'm guessing the early would be similar sort of weight. Probably
Very good.
2-3 kilos, I'm guessing. So Con wants to know if I've built any race cars before. Yeah, I've built a lot of race cars. Used to build a lot of Tamiya stuff and Hasegawa stuff. I might have a Tamiya Peugeot 206 rally car that I've still got over there. So I've got some Honda CRX kits from Fujimi that I plan to build for next year's expo. So yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. F1 cars, all sorts of race cars. So when you're building cars compared to military, it's quite a different aspect, I guess, because in military you want this gritty realism, and with cars you want this super showroom finish, really elegant looking car. So your paint finishes are totally different, and you have to think differently when you build them. So the trick is to get your bodywork absolutely perfect, and that's the tricky bit.
There's a trick of the ice contained into the freezer when you paint the body. I think Daryl used to tell me the trick of the spraying the body. So you spray your body, and then you put it in a ice cream container and put it in your freezer to dry. So there's absolutely no dust or whatsoever that is going to stick on the wet paint. Is that a good strategy?
Yeah. I guess that could help. But yeah, I quite enjoy doing the polishing of paint as well, and you get that mirror finish. I mean, once you see your face inside that paint work, it's quite amazing. Okay,
Absolutely.
so Mrs. Sniper Biscuits wants to know the Model X we're going to be on next year. Well, there's still a long way to go. I think there's a good chance of it happening, but obviously with the COVID thing, they'll probably have some precautions in place. But with any luck, we'll still be able to go, because I've got a lot of models to build to get there, because we missed out this year. And looking forward to the next one. And it's going to be a good one if they can open up. So still looking forward to it.
Hopefully,
Yep.
we get some good news in the next few days, and slowly start go back to be more, some events and other things.
Yep.
Very good. What else do we have? Let's see if you have any questions. We've done already 50 minutes here.
I'm going to play around my
toy. Your new toy. Okay, so this is another new arrival of this week. That's PJ's favorite toy.
So I've actually got another set of these. So these just came in, and they're quite compact compared to what I have been using. I mean, look at this. This is what I have been using. Is there a difference in size? And this one's only got these pretty basic lenses, I reckon. But these are really optically clear. And the thing about these lenses is you get a whole packet of them. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of them. So you get 5 different diopter settings. I've got the second most powerful ones there. And I have to say these are actually much more comfortable. And I'll be using these every time I model, because I mean, I'll lose my eyesight now because I'm just getting really old. But that's just what happens. So the advantage of this one is it's got a really bright light as well. I mean, you switch it on, I'm probably getting blinded here, but it is lighting up very well. And the advantage of these LEDs too, there's 2 ultra brights. They're daylight balanced. So when you're working at night and you're trying to work out, mixing colors, quite often if you use a warm light, you end up with a warmer color, so that when you look at it in the morning, you get surprised that everything looks orangey. But with the right color light, definitely makes a difference. And the great thing about these is you can fold these out of the way like that. So you can't actually look at everything like this. You just fold them up, check what you're looking at, and then fold them back down. And then also you can just change the lenses. So lenses just pop off like that, and just click back into place, like so. Just like that. My favourite toy.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it is really good.
And they also
Must have
come with the
one,
head strap.
particularly if you're doing figures.
Cool, that's really good. So, nice new one. So David is asking, he's new to RC and he's looking for a suggestion on a 1.8 buggy.
Yep.
I guess it all depends if you want to race or if you want to just play around and go to a skate park. So if you wanna race, we tend to recommend more of a higher end type buggy, like could be a from a Hyper 7 or Hyper SS electric buggy would be a good platform to start with without spending too much. Or you can go straight to a race platform like in Hot Body's E819, and we actually have a kit, a collection of all the parts you need that we can link down here. That would be a good option really. On the other side, if you want to just go bashing and have a bit of fun in a skate park, something like a perhaps a Traxxas of some kind, that would be a good option as well. So let us know what you think.
What was the brand of our magnifying glasses again?
These are, I think, JP. I think you lost me.
You disappeared.
Yeah, I'll be back.
Right. Okay, so this is a JP one.
I'm not sure the part number, but I should be back in a second. Sorry.
Right, let me see if I can find it. Let's get over here. Oh, there you are.
I'm back. Not quite on focus yet. I'll be. Okay, I'm back. So everyone. Okay. Race kit. Okay. So let me see if I can quickly find a collection of a race kit we can give you. So a race kit, obviously for us, is going to have to, we recommend the Hot Bodies is a brand that we import and distribute, and the E819 RS is one of the latest releases. So give us a second, I'll give you a link with all the parts that you need. But that's a traditional 1.8 buggy. It's based on one of the leading platforms in the market. But there are other manufacturers. Kyosho have the MP10, I think, which it also does come on a semi-ready-to-run version, which is quite nice. I think is a MP10E Pro from memory. That is I think it's actually pre-built. Good option. Obviously Mugen will have the MBX8E from memory, and quite a few other manufacturers really. So if you I think our website is not cooperating just now, I can send you the link. We can send you a link later on the buggy actually.
Okay, so I just popped up the link to the mag visors, and Brad says hello. So
hi Brad.
Haven't seen you in ages. Hope Queensland's good to you.
Yeah. Matt, if you're listening, if you jump on our back end and doesn't crash on you, you look for a collection on the 1.8 electric buggy. There should be a collection with all the parts. See if you can link it, please.
Now, do we have a British loco called Tornado?
I wouldn't be able to tell you just now. Definitely have a quite large range of British locomotives. Bachmann, Branchline and Hornby. But I won't be able to tell you on the spot. If you have a Tornado, actually, you should probably Google and see what it looks like, because I'll probably remember better actually if I see it. Tornado locomotive, let's see what it looks like. Ooh, that's a steamer. I'm not sure really. We'll have to check actually on Monday. I don't remember if you have one actually. So Brad is building a Tiger Moth.
And when Brad says that, it could be a full-size Tiger Moth.
Full-size Tiger Moth. Oh.
It could be. I don't know. Is it full-size or is it a scale one?
What scale is it? And it's 25 degrees. Well, actually, Melbourne is actually reasonably warm too. We'd probably be on the 15 degrees or so.
Yeah, it's starting to sweat.
Almost. Almost. I'm still in my jumper in the garage here. Let's see. So let's see if you get this link. I can't access the back end of our website, so it's not happening. But yeah, we can going back to who was asking a question about the buggy. David, if you just send us a message also on Facebook, we can eventually link you and give you some advice later on that.
Yep.
Yeah,
there you go. Fred's making 48 scale.
Yeah, I've noticed it's similar to the Flying Scotsman. So I noticed there is a stem is very similar. It's green and with a black. Looks like it does have a black tender, but I don't remember actually 100% if he would have one. I don't remember, to be very honest, seeing one of those around, but it could be the case. So anyway, what else we have here? I don't remember if you actually end up settling on this car.
Oh, came close. Can we were working out the color?
I think we were working on the color. Let me see if I can focus again on it. Here we go. So we definitely agreed that he's on a Dodge D100 pickup from 1957. So need to decide the color now. Let's see what we get. And let's see if we've got any more. Have you got anything else there, Beach? I think I'm almost at the end here.
What else have I got here? I'm gonna find something.
I was what else we've got here? I'm not sure. See, I'm sure I can find something too. Some of the race motors here. So this is one of actually I should show this. This is the leftover of my touring car today. So my BD9 mid-mount effectively it's been sold, and this is what left on my car. That's it. So that's my servo and transponder. So that's tend to touch the transponder at the back of the servo and receiver as well. That's a somewhere receiver here.
Yep.
That's a MKS 575 low profile here. And then what else do I have here? Well, this is what I need when I go racing. That's a bumper actually. That's for the crawler. That's for my race car. I promised that. And what else I've got here? That's my battery. That's a Aromax 7800. That's a big battery actually. That I use on my 13.5, and this is my build trim Orca 13.5 motor. Okay, so aqua color. Well, it's actually it could be an aqua color. It's actually does have a different name. So, what is a good start drift car? Well, you can drift any touring car effectively for a start because you can put some plastic wheels, and that would be a good starting point. So, any traditional 110 touring car can be a drifter, but then from there you can go to different levels, all the way up to race cars like a Yokomo YD2 platform, which is a nice option for drifting. And even then they've got a $200 or $300 kind of chassis kit, all the way up to an $800 race chassis kit. So quite a few options there. Again, if you want some help on that, just give us a message on Facebook or give us a call. We can help you on that. Let's see if you get any more questions. Otherwise, we may be towards the end tonight.
Yep. I'll just quickly show you. This is my favorite tool for the moment. So this is a Tamiya scribing tool. So with these, so there's a variety of bits. So that's a 0.3 mil. So recently I've been using the really thin 0.1 mil. So it just goes in there. I guess you can see close here, it's got that hook shape to it. And you just drag it across this way to pull up the plastic to make a line. So basically I've been using this because I sort of buggered this up when I was putting it together. So you might just see around here the hatch around the engine bay. So similar to this end here, these were separate bits. So this I placed on with the correct amount of glue, and here I put on a bit too much. So when I put on the thin glue, I was filling up all this line detail. So basically, I just use a scriber, just follow the line, and I'll just re-engrave that line all the way around. So it's not the best method, but it was the best fix. So that's all done now, and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So that's my Tamiya scriber.
I'll park my tools here. My race car is parked away, waiting for perhaps a BD10. We'll see if we're gonna get one build in the next few weeks. Took his color, Ian, close, very close, but not quite. Not quite. The name is different. Let's put it back here.
It's a bit herbally, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely herbal.
Is it lemongrass?
Lemongrass. Not quite. Not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay, well, should we reveal it?
You might as well.
So this is a forest green.
Forest green.
Forest green indeed, and misty, I think. So it's actually black, I think, but it's got some black and some silver finishing. But spearmint. Well, that's
I
actually.
I actually thought it was mint green, but I think I made a mistake with that one.
I think it would be a more definitely minty color more than a forest. I think forest would be
Yep.
way darker, more like this, perhaps.
Yep.
Very good.
Okay.
So if you don't have any more questions for tonight, we'll
Forest green misty.
misty, yeah.
It was all of them.
There we go. That's revealed.
Well, that was a bit tricky, wasn't it?
That is a bit tricky, yeah. Good. All right then. So this is the end of episode 5 of
Yes.
Hearns at Home. So we may have one more. Hopefully only one more. Maybe more. We don't know yet. We may know tomorrow.
Find out on Sunday. Yes.
Yeah, Sunday. So we are very much looking forward to come back and do our show from the store. We'll see what happens. But once again, thank you everyone for joining us. Make sure you follow us throughout the week on our social medias. Put some comments. Let us know what you would like to see next Friday. Perhaps if it's the last one, we'll try to make something special.
Yep.
If not, we'll try the same.
All right.
And
Well, thanks everyone for joining us.
Ian, I'll address that one next week. So join us next week for my favorite RC car. I'll have to think about that one. I've got a couple around here. And thank you, Rob. Thank you, Con. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we shall see you next week, 8:30 p.m.
Right.
next
See you guys
Friday.
later.
See you, Tony.
Bye.
Bye-bye.